you like the Derek Carr, like you say the Derek Carr contract's stupid, the Geno Smith one is stupid. I mean, honestly, I will take those contracts over
Giants did. Yeah.
43 for million, 80 guaranteed over the first 2 years for a guy who threw 15 touchdown passes. Like I would take Geno Smith or Derek Carr over Daniel Jones. And for those that didn't see the news, literally minutes before the deadline today on whether or not the Giants were going to tag him or not, they hammered out a deal, 4 years, 168 million, 80 something guaranteed. So like, you're looking at an annual value of like 40 million a year. But like the back end of the contracts essentially is funny money. So it's essentially a 2-year deal. But that allowed them to keep Daniel Jones and then hit Saquon Barkley with the franchise tag. It just, to me, looking back, like if this was the contract that they were going to do, then they have massively mishandled not picking up the 5th-year option and then just tagging him after that, because I think this is going to be an albatross of a contract. A lot of Giants fans that I hear calling in on WFAN and one that's near and dear to our hearts, friend of the pod, Fawad Chima, aka your brother,
of the pod,
has been badgering all season long. Oh, his practice squad. Oh, this offensive line's going to get him killed. Oh, he's got nobody to throw to. You are getting paid $80 million over 2 years now. You better figure out a way to cut by hook or by crook win some games, because he hasn't won a whole lot in his first 4 years. And Brian Daboll may have unlocked him, but you were paying, what was the math, Jay? $3 million per touchdown from last year.
Yep. I think this is the first misstep in the Brian Daboll, Joe Schoen era. Sorry about that. I mean, I think here's what happened. They wanted to make sure they kept both Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And to make sure that you tagged Saquon Barkley, they gave Daniel Jones a contract that was well worth above his pay grade. That's simply what happened. They panicked. They tagged Saquon Barkley to keep him in house, and then they gave a stupid contract to Daniel Jones. And I think it's the first misstep in their regime. Now, looking at the numbers itself, it's $160 million plus $35 million in incentives. So you're looking at 195 divided by 4. That's a $48.5 million potential contract if he hits all those incentives. That is stupid money. That is absolutely stupid money for Daniel Jones. So, I mean, listen, I think the kid is he's all right. Like, what are we doing here? He has 15 touchdowns last year. I'm not saying he's bad. He's not the Daniel Jones of past, but he's getting paid like he's a top 5 quarterback now, and he does not produce like a top 5 quarterback. 15 touchdowns. Here's a crazy stat. Last year, Daniel Jones started how many games? 16? He's thrown 15 touchdowns. All last 3 years so far of his career, all 3 years, he's played more games than touchdowns he's thrown.
Wow.
Let that sink in. That is so stupid.
You know what this is, Jay? Like, and I said it in the group chat with your brother. This reminds me of the contract the Jacksonville Jaguars gave out to Blake Bortles. Like, I think that was right after they went to the AFC Championship game, or maybe it was the year before. But like, they backed up the Brinks truck for him, and that is when the wheels fell off the bus. And like, it's almost like for Giants fans, maybe they have like amnesia. This is what happened with Eli. Like, they gave him an insane amount of money because of 2 things. One, they rested their laurels on like the 2 Super Bowls that they won, and 2, like, ownership just liked the guy as like a good human, which is fine. Which is fine, but like the Maras and the Tishes like Daniel Jones for being a person. But there's a reason why this coaching staff and the general manager did not pick up the 5th-year option on this guy, because they didn't think he could be the guy. He's just a dude. Like, he's middle of the pack. He's like Kirk Cousins, he like Jimmy G. Like, he's right there. And all I can say is I hope they play the Minnesota Vikings a lot on the schedule coming up, because like, that's the only way I can justify this contract making sense. And I mean, what's going to happen, Jay? Like, are they really going to tag? Like, because like the big thing that with this franchise has been DJ has never been able to play a full season with Saquon Barkley. Okay, so you have potentially a full season with Saquon Barkley under the franchise tag. Are they just going to keep tagging Saquon until they can't tag him anymore? Like, you're going to have to find out what Daniel Jones is without Saquon Barkley for the foreseeable future. Like,
yeah.
You know, you're going to be throwing to Richie James a lot, and you're going to be throwing at the Hodges a lot too.
Well, I don't know why they tagged Saquon Barkley. Like, you can find a running back anywhere in the draft. Like, you took the Chiefs took Isaiah Pacheco, 7th round rookie, and he produced just fine. And I've seen the Patriots over the years just cycle through running backs left and right. It's a devalued position in the NFL, and I cannot believe that they allowed their fear of losing Saquon Barkley and getting him tagged to warrant a stupid ass contract to Daniel Jones. Now, listen, it's on them. It's on them. They got to do what they got to do. Go ahead.
You know why they tagged him?
Why?
Because the Tishes and Maras also love Saquon Barkley as a person.
Damn.
That is it. That is it.
That's so stupid. If that's
the case, I'm going to put some friggin' pads on, and I'm going to try to be buddy with the Maras and Tishes to try to get $40 million out of them.
Yeah, you bring their favorite Starbucks to them every single day, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, last point here. At the money contract that Daniel Jones is at now, the expectations are for him to elevate his team. Because now at $40 million a pop, that takes money away from getting you a nice offensive lineman, get you a nice wide receiver, getting you a nice running back. So now Daniel Jones has to elevate his team.